Hello guys, Stats here. Welcome to a reaction video. I don't think I've ever done a reaction video before. Hope you guys enjoyed this this nice jacket I got from Walmart. If you got $5 in your pocket, you can get yourself a go-to jacket like this too. Um anyways, we're gonna be reacting to Marlow just quit Minecraft. Did she really? Let's find out. Uh, Uploaded by a guy named Macery. This video it seems to be popping off recently, and there's a lot of dislikes on it too. So it seems to be controversial, but let's watch it. Just give our thoughts and takes. Why is it loading?
So Marlow just responded to all the cheating accusations, and when I tell you
Did
this is
she?
absolutely insane, I'm not even
How insane is it?
exaggerating. Like, she literally just quit. And dude, when I read the response, I was like, okay, this is
I want that. I wish I had that. Somebody make that for my skin.
actually the craziest ending to a drama I've ever seen. But before I break down everything she said and explain what this means for the entire Minecraft
So what does it mean for the entire Minecraft PvP community?
PvP community, we are super close to 10,000 subscribers.
Okay. I am not super close to 1,000 subscribers. Anyways, let's just skip that a little bit.
Trust me, you're gonna wanna
Make sure you guys leave a like on this video right here. Yep.
hear this. Okay, so let me set the scene for you guys. After people started exposing Marlow for corruption,
There's been a lot of
Marlow was
exposed
just gonna
videos.
ignore it or maybe make a response video later.
I don't think she could ignore. I mean, I guess so. Some people have gone with that, but come on, you gotta say something at least. If you're number one, you gotta say something.
But dude, she just dropped an announcement in the official
What's it say?
MCTS Discord. And not gonna lie, when I read it, my jaw literally
Yo, just show the message, bruh.
dropped. Because this isn't your classic I'm sorry YouTube apology. She's actually stepping
Logan
down
Paul.
from everything. Like, she's transferring ownership of MCTS and leaving all of her stuff
Okay, is that so?
positions. And honestly, I don't think anyone saw this coming. So let me read you guys
Nah,
what
I
she
saw it
said
coming.
because this is actually really important. She starts off by saying, "Hey everyone, I'm making this post
Announced that I will be transferring ownership of MC Tiers and leaving all my related staff positions. Ownership will be transferred to Rai Rai, who, as many of you know, has been a long-term staff member and contributor to the project. So if she's good friends with Rai Rai, people have told me that she still has staff in the server, so it doesn't really matter. I think this is really just a political kind of just distract people from the whole thing.
to announce that I will be transferring ownership of MCTS and leaving all of my related staff positions. Ownership will be transferred to Rai Rai.
I already read that.
And dude, right off the bat, this is huge.
This is pretty huge.
Marlow built MCTS from
There's
nothing.
a lot of huge
She
things.
created the website, she made the automated system, she's been running this for years. And now she's just handing it all
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Now you're kind of just glazing. Now you're glazing a little bit too hard.
over to Rai Rai. And not gonna lie, that's actually crazy. Like, this is her entire legacy, her entire reputation, and she's just walking away from it. But then she explained why she's doing this. And dude, this part is really interesting. She says,
There's gonna be a lot of explanation.
over time, it has become clear that the bitterness towards my position
I'm about to
has grown
sneeze.
to a point where it now actively detracts from the community itself. I believe that my presence is no longer ideal for the health and stability of
Okay,
the
okay.
community,
I almost
and that
sneezed
transferring
twice.
ownership is circumstantially necessary. So basically, she's saying that the hate towards her has gone so bad that
Okay. Understandable.
it's actually hurting the community. And by stepping down, she thinks she's doing
What's hurting the community is just lying to the community and just hacking and taking control of the leaderboard positions.
what's best for everyone. And honestly, I can kind of see a point here. Like, whether you think she is guilty or not, the drama has definitely been tearing the community apart.
There's
And
definitely been
maybe
a lot
her
of drama,
leaving will
yeah.
help things calm down. But here's where
What if you think about it? Most people in the competitive scene, they think Marlow is cheating, like just right off the bat. There's a few competitive people that will still defend her, but usually it's her friends. Let's just be completely honest. Usually it's her friends, or it's usually people who don't really play the game that much.
things get really interesting. She doesn't admit to anything. Like, at all.
Exactly. She doesn't admit to anything.
She says, "I would like to make something clear though. I reject the claims of
Maybe you just don't want to deal with all the claims that are being dealt at you, so you're just kind of avoiding it and leaving it alone.
corruption, theft, and abuse. that have been made against me as an owner.
I do gotta get this right off the bat. I do think it sucks. Like, some people like they dox SWAT in the community just over Minecraft. I think it's just stupid. Just don't do that. Just don't do that.
And my decision to transfer ownership does not serve as a concession to being guilty of these claims. So she's basically saying I'm stepping down, but that doesn't mean I did anything wrong. I'm just leaving because the situation has gone too toxic. And not gonna lie, I think a lot of people are gonna have mixed feelings about this.
Yeah,
Because on one hand, if she was innocent, why would she step down? But on the other hand, she's saying she's
exactly.
stepping down for the good of the community,
For
not
the good of the community. I mean, I guess it is for the good of the community. So she is kind of right. Both takes are kind of right on that point.
because she's admitting guilt. And then she drops another bombshell. She says, despite leaving, I will not allow my previous reputation as an owner to be tarnished. I intend to release an extensive video covering and conclusively.
Oh wait, that's coming out. When? Okay, most likely. I'd probably say it's gonna come out in a week. If you guys want me to react to that video, just let me know.
Debunking these claims. In
Then
fact,
again, I've
it's
never
among my
reacted
top
before, so I don't even know
priorities
what
at
to
the
say. I
moment.
think I'm
And due
pausing
to
too
the
much.
totality of the claims being made, it will take some time to complete. So let me break this down for y'all. This basically means I'll be eating good this month. Okay, jokes aside, she's basically
Master Day
promising
for the
a full
unemployment.
response video where she's gonna debunk everything. And honestly, this is what everyone's been waiting for. Like, we want to see her actually address the Crystal Optimizer scandal, the very violent connection, the rap.
Okay, here's the thing. Like she did release that long, like 2 hour long video, but like her main accusations were the macros. So like she didn't really address any of the macro accusations, and then there's been like a lot of inconsistencies, like especially with the axe, or not the axe, the UHC duel, because she didn't hit, like she had a perfect stun rate against a Swite, but she couldn't hit that many stuns against it in a row, which it's just suspicious. I mean, some people say that she got nervous, but I don't know. I think it's too perfect of an excuse.
Situation, all of it. And she's saying it's a top priority and it's gonna take some time because there's so much to cover. And not gonna lie, I'm really curious to see what she says in the video, because if she can actually debunk everything with solid proof, that would completely change the situation.
If she can reply with solid proof that she's not hacking, I would genuinely want to see that video, and I will react to it, and I will shave my head, and I will say Marlow was right.
But then she gets kind of emotional in her announcement. She says, on a personal level, this is a deeply disappointing decision for me to make. I've invested an enormous amount of time, effort, and care into building this community throughout the many years that I've been a part of it.
That is true. I do gotta give her that.
And it feels as if my effort has been repeatedly met with hatred and vitriol. Vitriol? Dog, what does that even mean?
Okay, I don't know what that means either. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Peanut. But to sum it up, she's genuinely upset about this. Like, whether Marlow cheats or not, you can't deny that she did put in a ton of work building MC tiers into what it is today. And to have to step down after all that work probably does feel really bad. And honestly, I can understand why she'd be disappointed. And then she makes it clear that she's not leaving competitive Minecraft entirely. She says, I still intend to remain part of the competitive scene.
Okay, here's another thing I want to bring up. How come she never really plays on her main account? I mean, I guess she could play in her alt a lot, but but why?
Competing has always been one of the core reasons I've been as immersed in the game as I am.
Most people just play on their mains anyways. And at that point, like, if you're not even gonna play on your main, then you might as well make your alt your new main.
And I'm not yet finished fulfilling my ambitions. I believe people will also get to see once more that my success as a
That's actually what happened with this account. Stats like SDQTS. This ended up becoming this used to be my alt account, and then I just started playing it a lot more. It just ended up becoming my main.
player was never a result of any stuff position I held, but rather was the result of my mindset and dedication towards becoming a better player. So basically, she's stepping down as owner, but she's still gonna compete. And she's saying that her success as a player had nothing to do with her being the owner. It was all about her dedication and mind.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna say 50-50 on that. Like, definitely her role being an owner definitely has played a lot of influence. Definitely a lot.
Mindset. And dude, this is gonna be really interesting to watch. Because now that she doesn't own MCTS anymore, she can't control the rules, she's just gonna be a regular player.
Yeah,
And
but like it's still her friends. She still has influence over the decisions. It's not like she's got control over nothing.
if she can still dominate without being the owner, that would actually prove that she's legit. But
That doesn't prove that she's legit if she can still dominate without, because there's all her suspicious clips, all the things that have been against her. Still has yet to proven. Like I said, the macros. Like that's the one thing she did not try to defend herself on.
if her performance drops, that's gonna raise even more questions.
Okay, I agree with that.
And she ends her announcement by saying, "Something that I want to note is that I have been largely offline on Discord. I have signed in out of necessity to make this post, and my absence will remain the case for the foreseeable future, while I focus on what's in front of me. I hope that Rai Rai and all other supporting staff members will have a positive experience with the community moving forward."
Hope that too.
So she's basically saying she's gonna be offline while she works on her response video and focuses on competing. And
Uh, I'd say, like I said earlier, I think it'll probably take a week for her to release it, but it could be another. I'm assuming it's gonna be another 2 hour long video. In that case, maybe I should just react to it on a stream.
honestly, that makes sense. Like with all the drama going on, it's probably smart for her to step back and take a break from the community for a bit. But then Rai Rai, the person who's taking over MCTS, made a follow-up statement. And dude, this statement is actually really important because it gives us some context on what's gonna happen
Okay, let's hear it.
next. So Rai Rai starts off by saying, "Before anything else, it's important to recognize the foundation that this project was built on. When Marlow joined the staff team, there was no MCTS, there was no website, no automated system to add usernames to the list, no dedicated bot infrastructure, and the community itself was less than 1% of the size it is today." So he's basically giving Marlow credit for building MCTS from the ground up. And honestly, that's fair. Like, whatever you think about the accusations, you can't deny that Marlow did create a lot of the systems that the community uses today. And then Rai Rai says that
But then again, that also can be used against her. Simply because she did create the systems, it's also easy for her to be on top of it simply because she's the one who created it.
the scale and accessibility that the community has now simply would not have existed in the present day had Marlow not pioneered it. Over the years, an immense amount of work went into transforming MCTS into a centralized competitive platform. So he's acknowledging that Marlow put in a ton of work and then the community wouldn't be
But then again, it's also her friend, so like that. Of course, she's gonna glaze like the fuck out of her.
where it is today without her. And not gonna lie, I think this is a good move by Rai Rai. Because by acknowledging Marlow's contributions, he's kind of trying to heal the divide in the community
Well, yeah.
and move forward in a positive way. But then Rai Rai talks about his plans for the future. He says, "As I take on this role, my focus is on continuing to improve upon the community. The goal is to ensure that the project continues to function and remains fair and reliable
WPR team, you know what? I would hire Rai Rai too.
for competitors, with the ability to move forward without being stalled by negative relations." So basically, he wants to keep improving MCTS and make sure it's fair for everyone. And the keyword here is fair, because a lot of the accusations against Marlow were about unfair treatment, corruption, and double standards. So by saying he wants to make sure
Yeah.
things are fair, Rai Rai is kind of addressing those concerns and
Okay, well, he can address it. Think about it. Every single president ever, they can address concerns, but it doesn't really matter if you don't actually put it into effect. If you don't do what you say, it doesn't matter.
saying that things are gonna be different
So, Rai, I hope you can make it better, but do what you say.
under his leadership. And he ends by saying, "I understand that this transition will be met with strong
But then again, we'll see.
opinions, and I hope that time and action will prove myself capable of the role. I look forward to this opportunity." So he knows that people are gonna have mixed feelings about this transition, but he's hoping that his actions will prove he's the right person for the job. And honestly, I think a lot of people are gonna
Either way, what other statement can you make? So, we'll just see what he does.
be cautiously optimistic about this. Like, Rai Rai has been a staff member for a long time and he seems to genuinely care about the community. So maybe under his leadership, things will actually improve. So where does this leave us? Honestly, this is such a crazy ending to this drama. Marlow stepped down from MCTS, she's transferring ownership to Rai Rai, but she's denying
This actually really is crazy development.
all the accusations and promising a full
So in a way, do you think the haters won?
debunk video. And she's staying in competitive play to prove that her success was never about the owner. And dude, I think
We'll see if she can show her clips. She could literally just step away and she could just closet cheat while nobody's watching her.
the next few weeks are gonna be really interesting because we're gonna see Marlow's response video where she addresses everything. We're gonna see how she performs as a regular player without owning the server. And we're gonna see how Rai Rai runs MC tiers and whether things actually get better under his leadership. And not gonna lie, I have so many questions. Like, is Marlo's response video actually gonna debunk everything, or is it
Oh
just
yeah,
gonna be
true.
more deflection? Is she gonna show real proof, or is she just gonna make excuses? And what about the rapture situation? Is that gonna be addressed? What about the very violent connection?
Okay, all these questions are really good questions.
Like, there's so much that needs to be explained, and honestly, I'm really curious to see what she says. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Marlow stepping down proves she's guilty, or do you think she's just doing what
Yeah, same questions. Do you guys think she's guilty or not? I personally think she's cheating. I think it's too much evidence to prove not. And this response video is really gonna be everything.
best for the community? And do you think her response video is actually gonna clear her name, or is it gonna raise more questions like her last video? Like, I'm really curious to hear what you guys think because this community
Yeah,
is
that
so
last video
divided right
really
now.
made
And
it
if you
worse
guys
for
want
her
to stay
than better.
updated on this situation and see Marlo's response video when it
Okay,
drops,
Masuri, I do gotta say that this is actually a pretty good video. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and like, and I'm gonna subscribe. So make sure you guys, I'm gonna link this video in the description. And adios. Have a good night.